On this week of Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, there's at least a few minutes of good information about lowering full-size bikes, oil leaking out of spots, and what new things we should test. And we always want to thank Yamaha, Moto, Scott Sports, Climb, DDC, and Trail Tech. Now here's the show.
We're live from
Valley of the Dirt People,
Pahrump, Nevada. We have a soundboard issue. George can't use the voice-matron. He's very upset.
Logan.
Yeah, you can't. His father is here, so you can't be his father.
Okay.
And I pushed every button that I know of right now.
And I'm here to push your buttons, Jimmy.
Right. I'm going to turn some of these things down. We're just going to throw this over on the side because that won't work. But you can hear out of Logan's microphone, even though Logan is not here. Hey, this is the show where we talk about motorcycles and motorcycle-related products. We come to you live every Tuesday night, or you're watching this on the interwebs or something, and or that, what do they call it, podcasts?
I don't know what they call it. I don't know any of that stuff. I watch it on Facebook.
Because you were just a fan of this whole thing, and then you ended up being on the show.
Oh, I don't know, I guess. Whatever you say, Jimmy, it's true.
Okay, so what's really cool tonight is we have a special guest. We're going to bring in our special guest. Hopefully all the technology works.
It's a surprise, right?
Well, we didn't promote him.
I see a picture of is that Ricky Brabeck? Who is that?
No. That is Andrew Short.
Kind of looks like our president, doesn't he?
No.
He's very presidential.
If you say that, his wife will probably come in and kill him.
Yeah, that's right. They're from Texas. Huh?
Andrew Short, welcome to the show. Welcome to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday.
Yeah. I feel like the only time I see this show, well, sometimes I look at it on Dirt Bike Test. This is where I view it, not on YouTube, not on Facebook like George, but in person. Normally I get to see it, so it's a little different being here on this end.
Right. It's the same. We'll call it S show. You got to watch us try to plug microphones in last minute.
Yeah.
It looks pretty professional.
So what's everybody seeing? A big picture of Andrew and a little picture of us, or what's going on? I have no idea.
I don't know. It's
on the web.
That's the way it works. I don't know. Okay. Logan, you're the smartest person in here. Tell us what's on the web. He's dropped the Husaberg button. He just almost fell out of the chair. He's not in his spot. He's afraid to come on the show. So the way this show works, if you're wondering, you're going, what did I just learn? The idea is we want you to learn a few things, and we have some sponsors. We'll talk about those later. So you ask questions and then we answer them. Sometimes you can send them in like on our YouTube comments. You can send them in through email to Jimmy at Dirt Bike Test. You can send them to Matt at Jimmy Lewis Off Road, all these different things. And we do our best effort to answer them by people with a certain amount of expertise. Now,
that doesn't include me though.
Well, you're a cop.
No, I just have, I just have input. I have no expertise.
Right. You were a cop, and that means if you want to know. So last week we worked on a couple things. We worked out, what was it? Hanging doors, plumbing, and, the extra stuff. But if you want to know how to get out of a ticket, like when you're a kid and you were ripping around town on your dirt bike, which we've all done, right, Andrew? Have you done this?
No.
You never rode around town on your dirt bike like to go riding or just to show off for the girls at school?
No, the last time I ran from the cops was at your place, and I was terrified.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
I forgot. Well, you didn't run from him. I don't think he knew what was going on because you guys were like, doing some rally sections, and out here they're county roads essentially, and they were kind of ripping around and he probably wanted to see what happened because Andrew crossed the road, or I think you came out on the main highway and had to go a mile or two down and turned off.
I went 400 meters.
400 meters.
Yeah.
And then turned off and just blasted off in the desert. And I guess he just did it. He just did a U-turn and
did you even know you knew he was there, I guess? Or
what are we trying to do here?
Yeah, I saw him. But yeah, that's it. I didn't look back.
Yeah, I got stopped when I was a kid. So this is in the 70s. Just going, from the dirt area down a cul-de-sac, about 10 houses. And I looked in my mirror, or I looked over my shoulder, and I see this car just bouncing with the lights. And I didn't have any idea. I stopped for him and everything, but I had no idea he was trying to get up to me. But yeah.
The echo's probably coming from him. How are you listening to this, Andrew? Is it coming through your computer?
Yes.
That's the echo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
you want me to put
if you do headphones, that would help us out a bunch. I have to listen to myself once, and that's usually enough. So
or just turn it off and you can read lips.
That's what everybody in here has to do.
On the news, I've been hearing a lot about AI. You know what that is?
Yes.
Which
artificial intelligence.
And I was thinking that's kind of what you represent here.
Okay,
artificial intelligence, right? That's what the show's about.
Matt, did you hear all these jokes at lunch? By the way, did he prep those jokes for you at lunch?
No. He was just talking about how much he loves you.
Okay, that's good. And so he told you that you need to teach me how to turn the money machine on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, welcome to the show, everybody. We'd like to thank Yamaha. That's Blue Crew for all you people that are not familiar with this. Moto, tacomoto.co on the webs. You can check out Scott Sports for all of your goggle needs. Climb. Usually I tell you what climb gear I've been wearing, but I've been a computer jockey the last few days because we have been releasing our basically online training for rally navigation for the NORA. So if you are lucky enough to have pre-entered for the NORA rally, or if you enter before the end of February, you're going to get, I heard the price is $1,022 worth of rally training included in your entry. So I've been working on that, but Climb wants you to know, this is good news here. If you're waiting for some climb gear, you want to get some new climb gear. By the way, the new, all new Mojave line is coming out. So this is new fabrics, new colors, all kinds of stuff. And they have a new colorway in Dakar, all new colorways in XC Light. If you're waiting for this stuff, and I know everybody is, there's a way, if you really want this stuff, there's a way to get it. And I was told what you want to do is you want to call customer service there and tell them that you want to order stuff and put it on back order. And they'll fill those orders when it comes in. You'll be the first ones to get it. So
that's all hot weather stuff, real vented. Mojave.
The Mojave is super vented. Yeah, it's like wearing air conditioning. So that's the trick there. I'd like to thank DDC. Nate at DDC does really awesome sprockets, and of course Trail Tech. And I didn't use a Trail Tech GPS this week because I didn't get lost. So that's where that is. Andrew, you back?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
We're gonna find out soon if there's an echo.
Okay, if there's an echo, let us know. So that's our sponsor reads, other than the one that so George is replacing Logan, and usually you have to
what was that sneeze? Was that your end, Andra? I just heard a sneeze. Oh, okay. Good.
2 rooms over. That's how massive that was.
So do you want to do the 2-stroke or 4-stroke read? What do you want?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? You're going to do it like an announcer?
Oh, like cut my ear and do a funny voice?
Whatever you need to do. Wait a minute. You know what? You don't get to read that. Tell us about Yamaha 4-stroke. No, I'm kidding. Logan's over there laughing.
Well,
he's like,
what is this right here?
It says announcer voiceover. That's like
not what it says. It's ANNCRVO.
Yeah. Announcer voiceover.
Okay.
This is all professional here.
For
like
motocross,
Andrew said it was professional.
For motocross riders driven to dominate, the Yamaha YZ line of 4-stroke bikes are built for victory. Visit YamahaMotorsports.com today to explore what's new and improved for 2022. The Yamaha YZ 450F and YZ 250F bring the performance with powerful 4-stroke engines, reduced unsprung weight, and new suspension settings. For a look of a full factory ride, both the YZ 450F and YZ 250F come in an exclusive Monster Energy Yamaha Racing Edition graphics package. And you could take precision tunability to the next level with the Yamaha exclusive and industry-only free Power Tuner app. Visit YamahaMotorsports.com today. Find your Yamaha YZ and enter the victory zone.
I'm thinking he's almost got Supercross announcer voice, huh, Andrew?
Not bad, George. Not bad.
Yeah, I'd like to compliment you on that shirt choice tonight, Andrew. I really appreciate that. That's pretty nice.
I have two of them.
You had to buy it too, I'll bet, didn't you?
Oh no,
I did. I donated to the cause. I don't know if it was full pop, but Heather, I told her I want this one and this one because they're really soft and nice. And I don't know if she charged me, but I left cash. And I got some chapsticks.
Yeah. Oh, those are good. They're really
from
really
the school.
Good chapsticks.
Yeah.
Look, I got my Power Tuner app right here on my phone. I got the Yamaha Power Tuner app. So Andrew, you're Blue Crew, and I always like to break news on the story. You're so the rumor is you're going to quads.
Yeah, maybe
because
I'll go anywhere.
Yeah, because Pablo was hearing that you were trying to take his American quad ride. Because I'm all into all the rally rumors and stuff like this. I'm on top of the point. So
you heard it here.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Maybe I can be teammates with Pablo.
You might want to call him.
Are you going to do something like Tom Brady? Everybody's going to announce you retired, but he's going to come on and you're going to come on and say, "No, I'm not going to retire." And then the next day you come on and say, "Yeah, I am going to retire," or something like that. I think that's about what he did in the last couple of days.
So
yeah,
Andrew is a super awesome friend. Had a long career in motocross and supercross. I got lucky. To meet him. I mean, it was kind of funny how we met. We just ended up at these different events, like riding kind of events in different places, whether it was
fun events.
Yeah, fun events like Adventure Rider Rally. I interviewed him a couple of times, but he doesn't remember because I was a journalist at one point in my
Oh, he remembers because when I met him, he told me he really didn't like you. He said something. Yeah, I didn't.
No,
this
wasn't from those days. This was from the other days. And it wasn't that I didn't like Jimmy. It was that I was uncertain of him.
Everybody,
well, we still are.
Everybody told him what I was really like, and they might have been right, but they were
funny
wrong.
How your charm comes up quite often when people are talking to you, like on the phone the other day, right?
On the phone, I don't remember this.
Somebody was talking about your attitude not gelling with other people.
Oh yeah, that's normal. They told me I had to have a better attitude. I had to be nicer. Matt, do you know about being nicer? I'm nice enough.
Define nice enough.
Wait, is your mic on? Can we hear Mike? Matt? Maybe I cut Matt off. Oh, how about that?
You did cut me off. Oh man. So
there we go. Matt's back.
I was gonna say you were super nice, but
you're not
cut
dead.
Me off on the show, so now I'm not so sure.
Yeah, you're not dead. I think that now I don't know. George really wanted to get the Voice-O-Matron going. So we're gonna run straight into questions. Hey Andrew, I don't know how much time you have tonight. I know it's a little bit longer. You're in a different time zone. And I was thinking you would be a really good person to have on for Rooster Endo because you're generally really, really nice. And we need nicer people on that because I think how was it? It was 5 out of 6 endoed last week.
Yeah.
It was rough. And I haven't got the backlash that I kind of expected from that. But I got a question for you. Have you ever run a front disc guard?
All the time?
not the plastic ones that protect the disc and stuff like that. I'm talking about like a billet aluminum one that's like heavy duty and it protects the front disc.
Yeah, like the bulletproof one or Topar.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of companies. Do you run that?
No, I've never ran. I don't like the look of this.
Oh, you don't like the look?
No.
I actually told somebody that I could feel them when it was on the bike.
Yeah.
And what did I get called? Princess and the P?
Princess and the P. Yep.
Princess and the P. Because evidently I can feel something that's ridiculous like this. So
like reach down there and feel it.
No.
Because I believe you could do that.
Oh, I can reach down and feel it. Everybody that has one can reach down and feel it, but
the rest of that stuff you say is just artificial intelligence. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know where it comes from. So anyway, so you would have to agree with me on it. It's a point of reference that I can't not look at that disc guard, and then I start asking myself why they put it on, and if you have a really good reason. So I asked, did we get any photos? Did anybody submit any photos
Nope.
of a super dinged up, dented front disc guard. Because you know what your rear one looks like. You put them on your rear ones on your bikes, right?
Sometimes. My fronts are chewed up.
Your front discs.
The front disc guard. Yeah. They take a lot of abuse.
Wait, you're talking about a plastic one. You're talking about.
Well, I have a carbon one, so this is how I know that it has a lot of abuse from rocks, from rock garden, riding in the mountains.
Okay, so you have a carbon fiber, like the plastic kind of thing that goes off the fork and covers it.
Yeah,
not like a shark. You don't have a front disc shark fin.
No, I don't have a shark fin.
Yeah, so like brush and stuff goes and touches that thing. But have you ever looked at a rear like billet aluminum disc guard or any kind of a rear disc guard? Yeah, it looks like somebody just walked up with a sledgehammer and started pounding on it.
Don't try to qualify your hatred for these things. Let's move on.
Dude, my front is the same way.
Oh,
so you beat it up.
Maybe you need one. Maybe you can change my mind about this. So anyways,
he smashes through things. You tend to go around things, I think, right?
Jimmy's got skills.
I thought,
but Andrew's fast.
He's precision. Andrew is precision, but he knows how to take the brain out and put it back here sometimes. And
I remember the rim he had out here, front and rear on that one rock, wasn't it?
I want to call that 5 years of desert experience that he didn't have. Because like a guy with like, what do you call it? Like Spidey sense, like ESP. That you think that the guys that ride in the desert, because we ride here all the time, that we have, he like that Spidey sense would kick in and just make you move the wheel a little bit over instead of just plowing it, because it ain't a Supercross hoop. You don't try to tap them. You try to not touch them at all. So how was Dakar?
Dakar was a lot of fun. It was similar. I didn't think we went to the best areas. Typically in Saudi, if you go north, this is where they have the cool canyons and rock formations. But the beginning of the race was really cool in terms of the terrain. And then as we went further south, it was just a lot of sand and nothing too crazy. But overall, this is a race that's a lot of fun, a great experience, a great life experience. It's hard to explain to people the distances, the feelings, the emotion. And for me, the race, I don't want to say it was over on day one, but I put myself in a big hole on day one with a lot of other people who started up front. And from this point on, I tried to make up time by being steady. And it was okay, but wasn't great. And I was just happy to make it to the finish there towards the end. And this was a good thing for our team coming off of last year where they had some issues. And so they were really happy to get both bikes to the finish. And also for myself, I don't know if it's the last time I'm going to go, but you never want to ride that long and not make it to the finish. So I was happy to get there and to be home in one piece.
Yeah. And really big props to your team for getting that bike to the finish. Cause you had 2 in the top 10, and thinking about the tragedies of last year, you got screwed. You don't even want to talk about it, but to put 2 bikes up after having every single one break, that's a tribute to all the durability testing you guys did. And Rally is wringing the neck out of a motorcycle. And so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. My teammate had a lot of success. He navigated really well. His speed, I think, was average, but he was really smart and put himself in a great position. And as you know, Jimmy and Rally, this is the name of the game. And he did really good. Unfortunately, he just missed the podium, but it was cool for the team. And I'm not sure exactly what the future is with this, but for them as well, I think, they really wanted to make it to the finish. And after all the hard work they put into it, but this race in general is wild. It's not just like the bike stuff. It's the cars and the racing atmosphere and everything that surrounds it. It's a special race. I think it's changed a lot, obviously, from talking with people like you on how it's evolved and, starting in Africa or the Paris to Africa and going to South America and now in Saudi, it's like a whole different chapter. And it's a really fast race, but it's more of a sprint now. And it's unique, but it's still really special.
Dude, were the first days like chocolate cake? It looked like it looked like, you know, when we always want to go. Well, we for training we don't want to go to the sand dunes when they're like that, but we want to go there to ride. And when I saw that, I was actually, because I'm more about the race and the strategy and all this stuff, I was like, oh, this sucks. But when I saw you guys riding on it, I'm like going, dude, because I've been in, like, I've ridden across the entire Altar Desert in the sand dunes when it's like that. And chocolate, it's like you're on the moon. The cool thing about what I got to do and what you didn't is you guys kind of had to do straight lines. We were riding in these bowls, and you know how much traction there is in the bowls. You can literally turn the bike like upside down and then re-correct and come. You can. It's like skiing on a groomer run, but it's powder because you can't powder that you can't blow it out. It's like you can set an edge super hard. There's a lot of bank, like a really good berm. And,
so is that like moisture in the sand and everything, or it's just the type of sand?
They had more rain there than they had in a long, long time.
Yeah, it's crazy the amount of rain they had, and the conditions were epic. And the first few days, the way the course was set up, it wasn't just straight roads and stuff. You know, it was a lot of off piste where it was like freestyle. But also the roads, they moved side to side. So it had a really cool flow. It was almost motocross terrain in a sense, and the style of it. And after the first day, I was back on the results. So I started further back, and there was actual ruts and jumping through the dunes. And it was really cool. This was the most fun I had the whole time. And so, yeah, it was pretty epic. Not great for navigation, but I don't know. It was cool. It was, if it was always the same, it wouldn't be so unique. And this is what made it really cool at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, but it's hard in a race when you get to have that condition. I mean, it's nice you get to have that condition, but like you sit there and there's the pressure, and so it's a little bit tough to enjoy. So, Matt, do we have any good questions on the chats? For Andrew.
Yeah, I was just pulling that up right now.
Yeah, you can throw it up on our screen here like that, and cut Andrew off. That's fine. Well, that works.
Okay.
And we will see what.
So
all the questions here.
So Trevor wants Andrew to come race 24-hour.
Oh yeah, your offer if you don't have a gig. Trevor Hunter at Dirt Bike Test will hook you up on the factory dirt bike test ride at the 24-hour. I know you shot him down last year, but he's keeping coming back.
Yeah, I've done this race 5 times and I haven't had much success. So I don't know if he exactly wants me.
Trevor won last year, right?
Yeah,
Trevor won last year. You could have been on the winning team. He was
on a Yamaha FX too, right?
I think so.
I think so too. That's what it has on Dirt Bike Test. Yeah.
I forget. It's kind of crazy.
Hey Andrew, while they're looking for a decent question, is Saudi someplace you'd ever go back to with your family just for the scenery and touring or anything? Is it on the list or?
I think there's other places that are higher, but I think I have a lot of respect for Saudi and I feel safe there. And I know some of the people, especially my team being French, I feel like they have a negative perception from their news. And for me as an American, I love it there. I feel way more safe going there than I would, like, say, going to Mexico. And I like the culture and the terrain. In terms of riding a dirt bike, it's really fun, and especially the northern part of the country. And this is where, if you say, would you take your family? If I was going to take my family somewhere, I'd probably go skiing or somewhere here domestically and do something like this. For me, if you ask me where I want to go on a vacation, it typically revolves around a dirt bike. And Saudi was really fun. I would say it's better than Abu Dhabi or Dubai, like this area, just because of the rock formations, and they have a little more elevation changes and stuff like this. It's definitely not South America. I think South America was more enjoyable to ride a dirt bike, but it's definitely a more Wild West feel in terms of from the hotels and transportation, from the time you land and all this. But it's amazing how much Saudi's transformed. I've been there 3 times, and the first time I was there, the city didn't have near as much entertainment or like the malls and infrastructure, restaurants. Now it has everything, and it's really nice. It's like a nicer version of Vegas in a sense. And it's Vegas, crazy to see how
without alcohol.
Yeah, Vegas without alcohol.
And all the women are all covered up.
Yeah. But to see like the F1 track and all this infrastructure that they've built so quickly, and the design aspect, it's a high end country. They're obviously spending a lot of money. They're really focused on sport, which is something that I think is great. Obviously the politics is not something that I'm super educated on, or, I know this can be political, obviously, our different opinions, but I feel safe there. I think it's good for the race, and it offers a great platform. And without this country, I don't think it would be as great for rally in terms of the sport and motorsports in general. I think they have a lot to offer, and I think it's cool, and we need to be appreciative of this.
Yeah. When I saw them go, when I saw they wanted to go back, I instantly got on Google Earth. I'm like, okay, how big is Saudi, and where does it go, and what do the deserts look like? And I was so stoked, and it wasn't just a giant sandbox, which is Dubai, UAE.
Yeah.
It's just a giant. It's literally a sand dune. The whole country is a sand dune. There's a couple places where there's some rocks, but not much. But I started looking at the terrain, and they got some mountains and all this stuff. And it did really remind me of Africa in a lot of ways. They just don't, they don't have to, well, they do kind of move pretty far. I mean, sometimes the support teams go pretty far, but they kind of take them someplace and they stick them there for a few days. But like those long days for the support teams, those would be like a normal day in the Dakar, the old African Dakar. And I know South America was different because there was so much population and stuff, but there's something about the desert. I'm glad they got to go back to this, because that's what I remembered. And I think that was kind of the spirit of it. And I mean, South America was kind of a necessity, because there was a lot of political wars going on in North Africa, and these countries it's difficult. It's different. I saw somebody had a question for Andrew up in the thing. Slide that sucker right back over. What is Andrew's most memorable rally stage in his career? Asks Kyle McCoy.
I hope everything goes good. I think Kyle's coming to see you soon, hopefully.
He's coming down.
Yeah, he does.
He's a road book making donkey right now. He says he's no good at it, but he claimed the dog didn't eat his homework, because I think there was, like, hey, we'd like to check this thing out. So yeah. I
started on the same road book that he's doing that you sent me, but my most memorable was the first one, going from Peru to Bolivia and Argentina. There was moments where I was on my on the bike, and I was mind blown. Felt like I was in a movie or something like this. I saw things I never expected to see. Going down sand hills, I felt like I was skiing down a mountain that were never ending. And I felt like if I crashed, it would be bad. Like I was scared, like I would never stop tumbling for a long time. And
there were dunes that were that steep.
Yeah. Like you're just riding through dunes, and all of a sudden, that it'll have an arrow on the tulip, where you go down, and literally you would go down for like two kilometers, and it was steep. There was moments like this where I was almost scared, and you never see something like this.
And is this Peru or Chile?
This was Peru. Getting close to the border.
Yeah,
over there
I rode there once, but we were doing another rally, and we didn't go up in those dunes, but you could see them. They didn't look like dunes; they look like mountains when you look at them. Because here you look at dunes and they look different, but there they just look kind of like mountains. But yeah,
no, these were mountains, but it was just like a sand spit going down. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was crazy stuff like this, and it was at times I least expected it. And so this is why I'm really happy I got to ride a Dakar there, a real one, because the second one I did in South America was just Peru, and this was completely different. Also, didn't have the same feel, and we would go there for other races. But that first one was something I never expected, and something that I'll never forget also, just because of the terrain, the people, the cultures that I saw. It was completely different than motocross or supercross, and seemed out of this world, And so this is moments in my life that I'll never forget.
Yeah, I've always said that that's the best thing about my motorcycle racing. It took me to a lot of places in the world that I wanted to go. I mean, tons of places, and a lot of places I didn't want to go to. So I've always said I've been every place in the world that I want to go. Mongolia is the only one that I haven't really been to. And it's because it seems a lot like this really awesome mix of deserts and not so much mountains, but golf courses. It's like the whole terrain is like a giant golf course. I remember Heinz Kindergartner telling me, he goes, Jimmy, it's like a golf course, all grass, no stones. And I'm like, I want to go there. And I saw this down in South America. I saw it in Chile, on southern Chile. There was an area with a big fire, and they did this. And we went and we made a giant grass track in this field. And we were doing it like we didn't think there was anybody around. Our guides just said, you can ride anywhere you want. And we went out and made this huge grass track because there was a gas station somehow close by. And that was the biggest thing, is getting to gas. We were riding around, and all of a sudden these people come over the hill. And I was sitting there, riding around. I could tell people were coming. There's more people. Finally, like the elder from the town kind of came over and started talking to our tour guides. Kind of like, no. Like that. And I go, oh, we're in trouble. We just wrecked the hills. And they were mad because we were doing it there. They wanted us to come over and do it in their village. Like they wanted us to do it in the right in front of the houses, like literally
like an expedition,
like through the houses. Don't do it here. Come and do it here. And it's just there isn't the bad perception of motorcycles. And so we ended up riding around there, and they gave us some cool food, and we got gas there and all this stuff. And I remember them saying, we're like, yeah, you don't care about this? Like, no, it's so good when you ride there because it makes the grass grow better next time.
I think what's cool about Mongolia is they do that horseback thing with a goat's head or something.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's some kind of game they do with some goats.
Did you get to race Mongolia?
Yeah, I've raced in Mongolia. Yeah. There's more animals than people, so wildlife is definitely a danger when you're on a motorcycle going fast. But yeah, it's a really cool place. I've done this with the Silkway Rally. It went from Russia to Mongolia, ended in China in the Gobi Desert, and this was a really cool race also. And now, you look at the news now with the whole Russian-Ukraine thing, and it's pretty cool that I was just in Russia, not that long ago, and it's probably a place I'll never, ever get to go to again. And I've got to see a lot of this country as well. Talk about rocks. There's a lot of rocks and forest in Russia, but Mongolia was cool, and the people and the culture, and see the riding was nice. It was kind of like Southern Colorado in a sense, without the rocks, like what you're saying, with the mountains and elevation and the pine trees and stuff like this, but, and a lot of water and rivers and stuff, but it's a cool place.
Yeah, river crossings, and I didn't grow up doing this, so I always hated it. My bike, the engine would be underwater. Luckily, the air filter was up on top of the gas tank, and I was like, if I tip this thing over, it's going to be ugly. So I'd like wait for someone else to come and go through first. That was my thing. So,
what's next? You got any races coming up or anything you're doing? Local stuff or?
Nope, I have
work in the farm.
Yeah, tomorrow I need to wash as many bikes as possible because we have a freeze coming to Texas, which rarely happens, but it seems like this is the month that it typically has been happening. So if I can get all those things clean, then I have a lot of bike work in the shop that I've been putting off.
Oh, nice. And how's the kid doing? Is he like pumping the clutch, slipping the clutch a lot, like wheelies?
Yeah, it's been too cold for him to ride. And I'm not too motivated to go ride. Yeah. After Dakar. So it's been it's a strange time. It's been almost 2.5 weeks since I've ridden, which is not normal for me.
I'm going on one of my longest, like not really going actually really riding things, just because I've been so focused on getting all this stuff done. But it could, I don't even remember, but it's been at least 4 days. So I feel your pain. I used to remember coming back from Dakar, and this is how screwed up I am with the riding stuff is. I just didn't want to ride a rally bike. I wanted to go to the motocross track, or I wanted to go out to the just desert and ride a small bike, or go on an adventure bike ride. And back then they didn't call them adventure bikes, by the way. There was no such thing.
Just called them pigs.
Yeah, it was just you were stupid to ride the street bike in the dirt. But I would just want to go do something different. But I learned that when you come back, that you can't go riding, or you shouldn't go riding, because you don't realize how beat up your stinking body is. Like all your joints and you just because you feel so good. Like the first day off the bike, you don't feel that good. And the second day, you feel a little bit better. The third day, you feel great, but you're not great. you need some rehab. So yeah, I understand that technique to keep it all together.
And you're sleep deprived. This is the biggest thing. I feel like just to get caught up on sleep takes a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you sleep. Hey, what do you sleep in there? You sleep in a motorhome?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
I don't want to
give it to you.
I know.
You don't want to hear about my tent?
Yeah.
Underneath the wing.
It was made out of buffalo skins. It wasn't even nylon or anything.
It was a different race back then. I'll give it to Jimmy.
Kyle wants to know, will Andrew become a race director somewhere?
No.
Wait, breaking news. Hold on. I just got a text.
Yeah.
It's the next thing I heard is like Andrew is going to come out here and him and Jimmy are going to team up on doing adventure riding tours, and he's going to be the director of that. There you go. Breaking news. That's not happening.
This is the worst part. Like you say, I have no job.
You can kick
now
Johnny
everyone's
out.
trying to volunteer me for jobs.
Find you work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I got something for you.
Hey,
welcome to my life. I'm not looking for work either.
Good job,
George didn't do anything for me today. He pulled the tires. He parked his motorhome trailer thingamajigger, giant fifth wheel here, and he parked it, put it up on jacks, and took all the wheels off.
So somebody can't steal it.
No, he's moving in, and
good job.
He didn't wash any bikes.
He calls me. He says, "Hey, you prepping the flat track out there?"
Yeah.
And I said, "What's in it for me? I'm not riding today."
He didn't prep the flat track. He didn't. There's no bikes got washed. He didn't help with no mechanical assistance, no tire changing. I mean,
well, you're in here. I came in here and you're there hammering away at the computer screen. I'm not gonna, So I went and took a nap.
I'm trying to be the most efficient that I can possibly be. You can like that Johnny Campbell guy. We can just push him aside on the tour business. You can slide right in.
No,
because on come
out here for the schools and wash the rental bikes after class, Andrew. That'd be a good job for you.
Well, no, you have to start by crushing cans and sorting out the plastic from the aluminum. That's where you start. Doesn't matter who you are.
Send all your aluminum and cans to Jimmy Lewis.
Johnny has a 2. Hey, this is what you can do. Johnny has a 2-day ride going on Valentine's Day. And I know your wife needs to get away. She's been working her ass off. So maybe you guys can come out. I'll put you on some Yamahas. Do I have 2 Yamaha? Yeah, TTR 250s.
Yeah.
Except for the one that Logan left the key on. So I got some bikes. You can go Blue Crew and go on a tour for Valentine's Day. That would be the best thing ever.
That's perfect.
Your kids can flat track here. I'll watch them.
He's all about this.
Yeah. So, anyways, hey Andrew, thanks for coming on. Do you want to stick? Do you want to do Rooster Endo?
Rooster Endo. This is Ricky's favorite part. He lives for Rooster Endo. Has he submitted anything?
Not for a while.
He was
all amped on it last time I was at Glamis. We were doing the show and he was all amped on Rooster Endo. He was telling me he was gonna send in all those bikes.
He was gonna. Did he send his rally bike in? Did we ever do the rally bike?
Yeah, it's on the old.
But it was a picture. It wasn't the video.
It wasn't the video.
He did a video with his XR650, and then he used it. Logan, Ricky used his XR650 to sell it. He put it on there, and it was Ricky Brave XR, and he sold it in a day. So I know Logan's trying to get rid of his one of his bikes right now. I heard he's going 4-stroke. Is that the word on the street? Sounds like it. He rode one of my bikes, and all of a sudden now he's all into the 4-strokes and stuff. So, would we be ready to do Rooster Endo, or is this too much?
You just gotta bring the board down. And we can
bring the board down. Do you want to stick around for Rooster Endo?
Sure.
Because you can see him if I hold him up to the camera, right?
Yeah.
No, he'll see him on the screen like everybody else, right?
No, I can also send them to him.
Well, you don't have to send it. That sounds like too much technical difficulty. Okay.
Yeah. Are these in a certain order?
No.
Okay.
No, let's pull the board down. I'll pull the board down. You actually get yourself situated, and I'll handle this part. Actually, where's Logan?
Yeah, no, I just told Logan to.
Yeah, what are you doing over there? You could do this. I don't have to get up.
He's the backup producer.
Yeah, make him hold that board that he didn't build the things to hold it. Or
no, he did. No, we got a new board, George.
Oh, nice.
Logan did a good job.
Nice. It's hardwood, huh?
Well, what's going to happen, I promise you, he's going to drop that thing on my head, and I'm going to get knocked out, and then the show's going to be so much better when I'm I'm knocked out. So this is the Rooster Ender board. If you wonder what we're doing, if you're new to the show, this is a Rooster Ender board. And so there's the roosting side that's way up there. If you notice way up on the top, there's quite possibly the best bike ever made. And then down on the end here is I think you still own the lowest spot. George.
Well, that's fine. I like to, exceed all.
So just like here, I'm sitting I should be on that side because I'm roosting with my Husaberg 570.
My ATC, right?
Well, yeah. And then over here is your ATC, what, 110, 185?
250 or 300, I think. It's a big one. Oh, it's the Rancher, Jimmy.
The Rancher, yeah. Dual range transmission.
You neglected or it'd be up here.
You know what's going on right now? Do you know what is going on?
Yeah,
like literally
Ultra 3.
Ultra 3.
You're missing it.
So last year, it's been going on a long time. There's the World Ultra 3 Championships. Everybody's familiar with King of the Hammers and Ultra 4 racing. Well, there's these complete knuckleheads that did their own thing called Ultra 3. So you take an ATC 70, you drop the biggest ass motor you can do inside of it, and then they have match races, grudge races, and the bikes you just grab whichever one you want. Some of them are running on nitro and they're crazy. Some of them are stock, and you just pick what you need. Some of them shift they have a hand shifter, so you can hang off to the side like your Moto GP in, because it's a bowl of death. It's kind of like an oval with big berms, and it's not safe at all. In fact, I hit my head pretty good last year. I tested a climb helmet inside of there.
Well, it's like, a nationally sanctioned event, right?
Ultra 3, World Championship.
I'm looking because I think I have video. If I airdrop you video, can you put up a clip maybe, Matt? I'll work on that while we're doing Rooster Endo.
You have to email it to me.
Yeah. So anyways, that's where I could have been. I was going to be the trophy guy this year, because I decided I shouldn't compete because I get. Andrew, I got a question for you I was going to say, unlike me, who's a washed up ex-racer, you're still a current racer. If you just go out and do something that you used to be really good at, or anything, and you start competing, do you have a hard time turning off that you want to win gene?
I call it the race gene you guys have, which I have no bit of that whatsoever.
Yeah. I go through phases, but I'm really good at turning it off if I go trail riding. Like if I go to the mountains and I'm on vacation, I'm not competitive whatsoever. But right. If I go to a track I'm going to try to do lap times or something like this to get better.
Yeah. You go to the motocross track and there's someone there that's kind of your speed, maybe a little bit faster. You're going to go. You're going to figure out what they're doing and you're going to run with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's what you do when you go to the motocross track, right?
Well, so imagine getting on this oval with these guys on 3-wheelers that actually take it serious in practice. And then, but you're a better, you feel like you're a better motor vehicle operator, because we're just going to go with this, because these guys come from all different things. There's some motorcycle guys there, and there's some car drivers and truck drivers and all different, a lot of action sports guys, just different things. They're all really good at what they do, and you end up in the bowl of death with these guys.
Well, I can tell you what, they're all drunks. They're for sure. They're all drunks in this event.
No, not everybody.
Well,
I would say a majority of people. Why else would you get on a 3-wheeler?
Did you get that?
Yeah, there's a lot of 3-wheelers out there. So, what was our next?
Rooster Endo.
We're going to do Rooster Endo. So I started describing it. So we basically look at your bike. We all talk about it really quickly. Hopefully by doing this, we're not trying to slam you or insult your bike. We're going to try to learn something from this, like that Jimmy doesn't like disc guards. I'm not telling you that a disc guard is not necessary if you like to ram your front end into rocks and squeeze it between narrow rocks and crush your front disc and smash your part of your motorcycle that you shouldn't smash into things. I mean, if you're that, then you need a disc guard. But
there was a couple.
That's me though.
Moments.
When I go riding with Jimmy Lewis, because he puts me in somewhere that maybe is above my ability, or he gets lost, or something like that, right?
Oh, we end up doing extreme enduro on accident.
Yeah, there you go. You need a front disc guard so you can make it back.
No, you just keep your front end out of trouble. You just put it where it's supposed to be, not where it's not supposed to be. And just explain to my wife that she's not the only one that the rides end up being extreme enduros on. That would help. Yeah. That would help.
We'll see the bike.
Okay, the first bike. Yeah. Okay, so you hold it to me. It's can you say the name?
It is Dave Black's.
Dave Black.
Who's on this all the time, right?
Oh, Dave Black.
He's a listener.
How many bikes does Dave have?
I don't know. I one of his bikes is in my garage right now. It's a rally bike.
Is that a 250 or 300?
Well, I don't know. George is supposed to tell us what it is.
It's a 2021 KTM 300 XC TPI. He has XC gear Mako 360, which I guess that's the steering.
That's the handlebar clamp that has a vibration dampening in it. Yep.
Circa
yeah,
Pro
they're really
Bend.
popular.
Sycra.
Pro Bend hand guards with a slash. I don't know what the slash means. Tubeless. Speed increased by twisting the throttle. You like that?
Oh, that sounds like a book right out of my book. I have to take a good close look at this.
Suspension is tuned with the clickers and shock pump. See, people are catching onto your shtick here on these.
This bike is going down Wynn Boulevard right now, right? Right, Matt? Yeah, Matt actually told me today. He goes, we're going to have a really good Rooster Endo. You're going to have a tough time with this one.
Handling improved through Jimmy Lewis Riding School.
Oh, that's buttering it up so far. Now you're going to learn something about me. That just like this bike started going.
That's what the shirt says, right on the back. I forget what it says.
The best modification for your bike is a better rider.
Yeah,
I've always said this. I don't matter how clapped out your bike is. If you're a better rider, your bike's going to get better. I like this. I like his attitude. I like his style. I like the sayings. I like the plugs. I like everything about it.
I don't know.
What about TPI versus the carbureted? Yeah, for sure. It's a Roost. That one's not bad.
Dude, I am so into TPI right now for the kind of riding I do. And it's funny because you know who I want to. I need to call Casey Lytle because I know that they're way down the road in this stuff, and I want to find out if he would tell me if they have anything different. That's because my
brother-in-law works for Casey now.
Oh yeah, I know another guy now. Yeah,
I don't ask him about this stuff.
Every once in a while I do. I pry in there and go journalist mode.
Yeah, I don't know. He's
that's a Roost.
He's just after you though.
Logan, that guy's balling.
He's playing. Yeah, he's playing to his audience here. We'll just stick.
Isn't this what George has?
So where do you want?
George has one of those too.
A 19.
Yeah, he has like 6 days.
It's not the 6 days. That's Jim.
No,
is that low enough?
Here's the pins. Yeah, that's good. Just plug the pin in there and use.
You always have so many new bikes, George.
Not me. No, I don't have a lot of bikes. It's Jim.
Yeah, I don't need.
Jim goes in for an air filter, spots a bike by the door, and goes back and talks to his wife, and then comes back and buys it. He goes in for an air filter and gets a brand new bike.
Dave, that's definitely a Roost. We appreciate it. So pull the sticker off.
That's
Pedro Linchero.
Give me the picture. I don't know what it is.
I'm looking at it.
You just
don't be so grabby.
Well, imagine the poor people that are listening to this as a podcast now, George.
18 FE 250.
They're relying heavily on your description.
It's an 18 FE 250, the white KTM.
Right.
270 hours. So he's riding it a little.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's Jimmy style.
Seat Concept seats.
Why? Because it's all stock?
Those are good. 270 hours.
Raptor titanium foot pegs. How much are titanium foot pegs?
Dude,
I don't know, but they're good. Yeah,
$320 for foot pegs. Yeah, hey, they're good. I've tested them before, and they have good. It's a really good foot peg if you want to show off it. There's other foot pegs that you could get that would weigh more but perform exactly the same. And
now, can you feel weight in the foot pegs when you ride, Jimmy?
I literally cannot. No, I tell you. But this is a nice chariot. It's up on the screen there.
Yeah.
FMF 4.1 exhaust, OEM plastics for the photo.
Bzz, hold on.
Yeah, the photo does not.
The photo does not have it. The photo has a picture of a nice dent in the header. Everybody check that.
I mean, he's riding it.
Well, I know he's right. Well,
it's tuning, I thought.
That's not a tuning dent. That looks like I'm going to say like he slid into the fence post at the edge of the at the edge of the, heading out to the track or something. I'm not sure.
Is that the stock exhaust can on there?
That's a stock exhaust can. So he's upgraded it since then. Hey,
well, your picture should represent what you currently have. I don't know that might be taking a cause to drop some points.
That guy's still roosting. He's doing good.
Oh, he's doing good. Well, here's the thing: is like if we go by your rule right there. Well, no, I guess your rule says because if you want to cheat, you just steal a picture off the internet,
right,
and look at it and
list all the stuff.
The stuff you think you like, but you've really got a brand new stock bike at home, and you just took a picture of somebody else's bike and sent it into us. And then you're trying to get this $100 Takamoto certificate.
Yeah, it could happen.
We might
more
need
fact checking.
In the past, I've had a Husky and I've purchased all the same items that this guy has on his bike.
Whoa, Andrew Short.
You actually bought them? I didn't think you guys paid for motorcycle parts.
Oh, dude, I spend so much money on parts. It's crazy.
Do you?
Andrew,
I like dirt bikes.
Andrew taught me a lot about this because it's like, if he would go ask and throw his name around there, anybody would send him anything. And because I used to be in the media, I just expected this all the time. And it's just it's changed. The dynamic has changed a little bit where now some of these companies like, are you going to post it on Instagram? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? And before, if they sent it to me, they knew it would pretty much end up in a magazine or something like this. And now I realize how much work it is to do that. But I used to get a paycheck from it somehow. Now you don't. But it's just easier to pay for this stuff.
We talked about that last night, small businesses and everything. You don't want to go begging to save a couple bucks from some guy that's making his living off of that,
No. Yeah. And I know it works. I know what I need.
I am looking for a Baja Designs hookup if anybody's got one, because I need some lights for my new truck.
I was supposed to work on this today, but Matt, I heard you start trying to see if Matt had some special inside line there.
Yeah, because you don't know.
Okay, this one's a roost. What's the next bike?
We're not done.
That one's
OEM
good.
plastics for the photo. Possibly needs an engine rebuild. So
no, it doesn't.
Possibly.
Depends where he's riding. Yeah.
Second wheel with MX-12 for getting wet and sandy. So I guess he's got a rear wheel that he just swaps.
Yep.
Climb pants at the Moto truck. Like a boss.
That's Jimmy Lewis style also.
Hey, do you know how much crap I get when I go, your buddy Don just like, I probably do it more to piss him off than any other reason. Cause I have other gear for doing photo shoots and stuff like that. But when we go, I make sure my photo model guy, whoever's doing that, is wearing the proper motocross gear. I just suit up in the Climb stuff. I wear the XC Light cause it's good gear. It's super light, but it's like, it says Climb. So it's not for the track. And Don just glares at me. He can't stand it. And we've always had this kind of fun,
that's awesome,
banter relationship and stuff like that. And sometimes when I kind of catch him, cause he can't help it. It's just something that's wired in him. It's so not cool. It's kind of like hand guards, but the best thing, it's like a fanny pack. He cannot handle like a drink system. Like there's guys that were, like the Grand Prix guys, the Big Six guys will go to the track and they haul ass. These guys some of them qualify for nationals, and they're going to pound out an hour-long moto. Well, you did works. They're hauling ass around the track
by these guys.
And he'd get pissed off because they're wearing like a back canteen or something like that. So I see him looking at me and I'm like, Don, I'm busting out the fanny pack next moto. I'm going to ride right in front of you the whole time. So anyways, okay. So he did not say tugger straps. He's got tugger straps on the forks.
Yeah.
These are good for the wife's bike. But
he totally misrepresented this bike on the description and in the photo. I think it's just a stock photo he's put up. So. Where do you want it?
Hey, I do like the fact that his garage has he took some time to take a picture and look at the ground underneath the bike. It's like this serrated concrete kind of stuff.
Oh, those are like paver stones with maybe some vegetation in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know what he's got going on there. Where's this guy from? Do we know?
I have no idea.
Like judging by the what's the kind of it looks like the Union Jack-ish flag. This could be a Brit guy. I don't know.
No, it's just a garage door.
Just a garage door?
Weird.
It's pretty nice. He took some effort in the photo, but George says you roost. What does Andrew say?
I say it's a roost.
Yeah, George says endo, I mean.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
I'd say
you're going to endo that thing?
I'd say
not endo it, but it's not blowing my skirt.
It's in the middle.
I I'm so torn. I'm going to go right in the middle. I'm going to go Switzerland on this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, middle's good.
Middle's good. Okay.
Trey Thompson.
Trey Thompson's got a 22 500 EXCF. Oh, this guy's begging for the Taco Moto. I'm looking at the photo right now.
Oh yeah,
and Matt's throwing it. I'm looking at the photo right now, holding it up.
Pretty plain Jane.
This guy is begging for that Taco Moto stuff because that bike is probably begging for it too.
Needs all that stuff. Molecule Mo skid plate.
Yeah, it's called a molecule skid plate. I'm not super familiar with these.
A Chirby handguards, Scott's with a sub mount.
That's good.
1050 premium coconut oil.
Coconut.
Is that his sunscreen or what is that? Is that for tanning?
I don't know.
Goofy stock license plate holder. So that's Trey Thompson. Got kind of a plain Jane there.
Hey, Matt, can you zoom in on that photo? Because we need to do a quick analyzation on the front disc to make sure there's not a front disc guard on it. This is the pivotal moment at this.
It's really hard to tell.
Hard to tell. You can't see. He's kind of got it shadowed out. I see the technique here. Can we see if the muffler has the screen still in it, like at the end of the tip?
I believe it does not.
It looks like it's punched out.
It looks like it's been punched out.
Clean he's fishing for some Taco Moto upgrades.
Dude, put it on the.
But you know
Andrew,
what?
Andrew, what do you think?
It's a brand new bike.
I think I know exactly what.
Yeah, I mean that thing's nice, and Taco Moto could hook that thing up.
The Road Strike Lake in G.
Oh, he's in the chat. He just said no front guard.
No, Trey said, hold it down. I like the fact that he's in the chat. That's just you're going straight to roost. What do you say, Andrew?
Yep, I agree.
Andrew's going to roost. Yeah, good.
Is it above Dave's bike?
It doesn't matter right now. It's just Roost or Endo. We don't have Roost 0.5 or Roost 1.0.
There's just Roost,
It's
Endo,
just
570,
Roost
and ACT.
Endo. Yeah.
Okay, we've got a little vintage stuff coming up here, sort of. J Troop Wombat. I think that's an alias.
Well, I
you get that one.
I get that part.
Okay, he says it's his 8-year-old son's 1980 Honda XL80.
Oh, wait. It is the XL. I see by the gas tank graphic.
I don't know how much Taco Moto stuff makes for this bike, but maybe he's got some. Tail light delete.
Tail light.
So he doesn't break it over 6 jumps.
So I instantly look at this thing and I said, that was my first bike. My first bike was this XR. Mine was an XR80, but this is the XL version with the taillight delete. I get this. He's trying to make it cooler with the taillight delete.
Do you want to share with Andrew?
Leaky fork seals.
Oh, he can't see? He can't see that? Can he?
He's got leaky fork seals.
Right.
Stock fresh tubes and tires. Rotella 1540 in the crankcase.
Where? So he's oftentimes he's in the chat. I've seen him come up in the chat before. Where did you get the 16-inch front tire?
Yeah, I was going to say
that front tire is a relic, and you should probably, if you have a new one, you should take it off and sell it, because I guarantee you the guys that are fixing these things up right now, they're probably hunting for those tires unless you can get them. I don't know. Maybe there's something, but yeah.
Anyway, he's putting expensive Rotella. That's not expensive, I guess. Boat upholstery homemade seat cover.
Okay, I was going to ask about that. It looks good. Yeah, it looks sharp.
Bent clutch, broken brake lever.
Fix that.
Both his older brothers learned to clutch on this bike. Now it's his turn. Smiles per hour are unmeasurable.
This is correct.
Yeah. That's a good bike for a kid.
So I have some questions. I think everybody probably does, but my question is, the dude in the back that's rolling the other bike, is that one of the older brothers that's showing off? He's about ready to show him the fast way around the track, or what?
He's got no helmet. You can't promote that kind of recklessness, in a family show such as this.
Right. Yeah, I like the fact that he's helmeted up. I'm not really sure where he's going, but that's a cool bike. You know how stoked that kid is? That's the best thing, is that kid is super, super stoked. So J Wombat Combat, whatever.
Yeah, J Troop Wombat.
J Troop Wombat.
Both feet on the ground, though. You don't like that.
No, I don't like that. But there's a little bit of rust on the muffler too. I'm a little worried about the extra rust on the muffler. I need to get that thing out a little bit more. But it looks like a pretty sweet grass track they're riding around there.
That's where I'm at. Like,
Yeah.
track is looking
It looks grass track looks really nice.
All that place.
Hey, anytime a kid
That's
is
a good submission. I got to start sending stickers to bikes like that.
anytime
there you go.
so
They should get something. They should get something for their effort, just for taking the time.
you got all the time in the world now that you're retired. You can fill out those envelopes.
I'll get you some stickers, Jimmy.
Yeah, get J Wombat.
Where are we going with this?
It's a
this is
roost.
on the roost side.
It's definitely on the roost side.
But it matches my 3-wheeler. You want to put it down my 3-wheeler?
Nope, not even close.
Up here somewhere. We're just poking it in, huh?
Yeah, it's roost. Anytime a kid's on a dirt bike, that's good times. Roosting. This is our last one.
Yep, Jordan Ray. So I'm familiar with this line. Jordan Ray's got what he claims to be a 74 DT 175.
No.
However, I beg to differ because
Preston Petty front fender.
RTs were the ones with the lights, the enduro bikes. DTs were the dirt bikes without lights and turn signals and gauges. Because I still have a 1970 360 RT1.
Okay, so he cut off his. Also, let me just tell you because I didn't look at the note, but he cut his Senior Lopez jacket apart and made it into a seat cover. Is that in there?
I'm not there yet. 500 hours on the top end. Mexican blanket seat. So he got a Serape thing.
Yeah.
Tijuana for $5.
Yeah. Well, that's what a senior. That's what a Senior Lopez is. They sew that blanket up and they make it into a jacket.
Good. Not so great in the rain.
Like your favorite stoner still wears that today. Yeah.
If you're smart, what you do is you don't cut the thing so you can wear it when you get to where you're going. You just got to unpeel it, throw it over your head and party, man. Victor probably helped us out with this line of thinking. I know he's embedded down there. It's got a rack for beer runs, so I'm liking that.
Uh-huh.
Knock off hippo hands for winter commuting. I like it.
I like that he knocked them off. That's good. And then, so the hippo hands are basically, it's a big wraparound cover that, keeps the wind from hitting your hands in the cold weather.
Original Yokohama trail tires. I don't think Yokohamas were the original tires in those days. I think they were like
Ching Shins or something. They were
like Dunlops or something. They were almost looked like a trials tire.
Yeah.
They weren't really aggressive, just kind of a Kenda equilibrium type of tread, just little blocks. But anyway, only street legal 2-stroke in town, which gets me back to it's an RT, and it wheelies good.
I'll bet you could wheelie that thing.
So aside from the DT RT distinction, which I'm pretty confident I'm correct on that, I think that's that's a good submission.
I like
good,
these
clean bike.
I like these nuggets of knowledge that you're able to drop, George. Because
that's all I have.
Had Logan read this off, we would not even bring this up because I don't know the DTRT thing. And so
I know that the seat cover is in the studio.
Seat cover's in what
Bob's wearing one. Let's turn the camera around and introduce everybody to Bob.
Oh man, I can't believe it. Bob's wearing the seat cover off this.
Exactly it.
It's almost exactly it. That's incredible. Yeah. And so
yeah, I like.
Hey, what do we say about stoners, Bob? It's only worn by stoners. And he's like, "Oh, you don't have to get drug tested anymore. You don't have to get drug tested anymore. It's legal."
I hope not. Yeah.
So, back a little about
what do you have in that center pouch? I wonder if this seat has the pouch still in it. So the way he sewed it,
so he can hide his stash in there.
Yeah, you can just slide the stash in there. I mean, you know this. You were arresting these guys like cordwood back in your days, right?
Well, been a few. And then the rules on this. So depending on where you land on the board, isn't necessarily who's going to win.
No, I think we've had more endos win than roosts, actually. Yeah. Because I felt bad afterwards, and I thought I should give them a little thing.
Sort of a welfare system here. You give to who needs it, or whatever the most, not basically the winner.
No, it's who makes me happy.
Okay. Why are you putting that way down there?
Because he named it wrong.
No, that's almost more than that.
That's almost as bad as putting a discard on it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, you're going to go with me, Andrew? It's Blue Crew.
I don't think it goes that far.
Oh, well, it's one side or the other.
Okay, well, yeah.
Andrew should ride this vintage class in the Dakar.
Hey, my father-in-law had a DT 175. he had a bunch of vintage bikes. He got rid of it. It was a hard sell. I remember the guy came over, but yeah.
The Joaquin in the peanut gallery.
I like this bike, but you got to name them right, because then you say, here's the thing. If George wasn't here to correct us right now, we would have been talking all DT about this. And I'd say, oh yeah, this bike's awesome. And put it over there. And then what would have happened? And I kid you not, somebody will email me and go, Jimmy, you don't even know your motorcycles. And then I would look like normal. So thanks, George.
You're welcome. Yeah, that's about all I can bring.
This guy tried to stunt me on that. So
Roberto has a question has his hand up.
Both the Yamaha and the Honda that you just had on there are bikes that they didn't throw money at. And there's a lot of creativity in both of them.
True.
Right. Yeah. So they don't. That instantly disqualifies them from winning the $100 Taco Moto certificate, because they're crafty and they don't need it. They're good. Yeah. So
you want to give it to a guy that's just got stacks of $100 bills to throw at his bike from everything he gathers on the internet.
Because I think I don't knock me for giving away a secret, but I think the best thing is, do you think you could go to the Takamoto site and spend only $100?
Yeah. In for 100, in for 1,000.
Hey, it's 100 less than you're going to spend already. Let's put it that way. So I think the two that really strike me is the one stock KTM and then the Husky. Those are the two that I'm.
So there was the 500. And then the FE 250.
Can you pull both those pictures up and then let the fans that are there
looking at right where that guy's at? That's a cool trail.
Okay, the KTM is actually allegedly on a cool trail, and somebody knows where it's at. Yeah, I'm there with you. I saw the trees, and there's a couple different spots. I didn't overanalyze it.
Or state line, I guess.
Kyle's suggesting that Andrew ride, I think, the RT in the vintage class of Dakar.
We just said that, yeah.
Yeah, you did say that. I must have been thinking of something else.
I think actually you could race that in the Nora Rally. And it's a navigation rally this year.
See, here you go, signing me up for something else.
Oh, well, it's not like a job, because if it's a job, you get paid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a volunteer kind of thing.
Would be pretty funny if one of you guys just showed up, never really took your helmet off, and showed up on some old rat vintage bike and just nailed one of these little rallies or something.
Oh wait, I got a new thing about Andrew. He's gonna be doing Instagram stories, videos of super awesome trail rides. He's going to be a professional Instagram influencer on awesome trail rides,
like me.
And I'm just hoping when he does it, he's gonna invite me to go along, because I don't have any following, but I can take pictures or something like that. Maybe.
You could buy my 12.
All the good
followers
trails.
Yeah, you just use me for my trail knowledge. That's it. Yeah. So, okay, I like so it was the KTM versus the Husky.
Yep.
And I think we got 3 people here.
Yeah.
Logan was going to help us, but he's over there sitting in a massage chair. Oh yeah. You think there's people just come here to watch this show? No, there's 2 massage chairs sitting over there, and that's why everybody is hanging out here. Have you been here since we got Fabio, Andrew?
I don't think so.
You don't know Fabio?
I've only seen seen the one massage chair.
So Janie got a boyfriend.
Oh, yeah?
Evidently, yeah, she got a boyfriend. So evidently she doesn't need Fabio anymore. So Fabio got moved over here. I'm storing Fabio.
Fabio's a high-end,
super high-end massage chair. It's like, it's got a lot of stuff going on.
I think I'm more happy for Janie than for you scoring Fabio, but.
Well, it's nice. I'd like to call it something else. Like my friend has one called Felicia. She's pretty high end. Actually, I told Janie about Felicia, and she ended up getting Fabio. Actually, she sat in the whatever the one here was. So they don't come for the entertainment; they come to sit in the massage chair.
So we're between the 250 Husky and the 500 KTM.
Okay, you go first, George. No,
I think the KTM.
Yeah, he could use it the most.
He can
utilize Taco Mike the most.
And there was some discrepancies between the picture and the
pipe,
and there's a discrepancy, and he didn't mention the tugger straps, which are really good things to have. for your wife, evidently. I wanted you to elaborate on this, Andrew.
Yeah, if you're going trail riding, it's always good to have these on your wife's bike, right? Especially on the forks, because you're pulling that thing up the mountain.
Are you ducking right now before you
No,
get clobbered?
she's asleep.
Good, because she would come in there and clobber you.
Yeah.
So is that Trey's bike? Trey Thompson?
Was it
Trey on the 500?
Yep, that's
It's
true.
Trey's
Bike.
Hey, Trey, thank you very much for submitting. Everybody, thank you for submitting a question or, your bikes for talking about. We're looking for video submissions, aren't we?
Yep.
Back to bring us back some good video submissions. Keep those things under 2 minutes. Make them interesting. Show us all the stuff on your bike. And Andrew's going to submit one next time because I know.
Yeah, maybe while you're washing your bikes, put one together.
Since he doesn't have a factory ride anymore, he's looking for the Takamoto bucks.
Yeah, and we have an XR75 in the garage over there. It's kind of similar to the XL, but
is it low pipe?
Yeah, 70.
Bring it out for the. Oh, it's an early one.
Yeah.
Have your son do the video submission.
Yeah. Tell him to come out. I'll smoke him on the flat track.
Hey, Jimmy, who makes the best tugger strap? Because Giant Loop makes one. Tugger, the original is the best one?
The original Tuggers are the best ones. Those
where do
guys are good
you
guys.
purchase these? Because
I might have a discount code if you know how to email me. Yeah, might be able to. That's a secret little ingredient for anybody that's listening or watching this show. Send me an email and I might be able to get you a little hookup.
Do you put them on the back also?
I have when on my bikes where I go, I need them on the front and the back.
Yeah,
because a lot of times you kind of get stuck and you can just like grab the front brake and pull on that back and use the spring to get them to hop up out of a rut or out. They fall into rocks or something and you can get it up onto a better rock to take off out of. Of course, like my front never goes in there because I don't have a disc
I need
guard.
one about right in the middle of my shoulders and then down by my belt line so you can help me get off the ground. That's where
like when you're a little kid and your parent just
like the tugger strap. No, now.
Yeah.
No, that's where I
know, but that's like what your parents did to you when you were a kid. But even like your factory rally bike, Jimmy, like this style, they had the one hand mount that went on the exhaust side. So you're thinking the tugger strap's better on the rear than like that handle.
Yes,
factory rally bike.
I think they've modified it. The KTM 300 I bought actually had one of those, and since the original one that I got, I think it was an Enduro Engineering part. Back then, and now I know Tusk makes them, and a couple other companies are making them. They've spaced them out farther enough because I actually on my old KTM 500 I had one and I went to use it once. And I put my hand in there and I pulled on it and my knuckles got stuck. It wasn't wide enough to get my whole hand in there. And I pulled on it really hard. I had to it took a little bit of work. I thought I was going to have to unbolt the damn thing. But those, I don't know. I think just the strap is a little bit better because it moves around more. You're able to kind of get it to where you want. And hey, if you're buying this kind of stuff and you want to know a good way to buy stuff and support Dirt Bike Test, I'm going to throw out a little nugget of information here. Go to our click through the link for Rocky Mountain MC ATV on the website, and we get a little chunk of that, and it helps us out. And as well as the Amazon links on the thing, if you're going to buy, especially when you're buying giant TVs and pools. Everybody's thinking about buying the disposable blow up pool for your backyard. Those things, because they're big bucks, and then we get a little chunk of that. So that helps keeps this show alive.
Andrew Short, he's a nice guy. He's truly you're really a nice guy. I remember meeting you. You're very humble, and you're just a good guy. I get a sense you're a good father and husband and all that. And so,
not as nice as you,
got to
George.
say that. Because I
George,
might not be here tomorrow, I don't know. You know my story. I'm dying soon.
Yeah, we all are.
Hey, J Ray, listen, J Ray says that is a DT. And it's definitely a DT1. It's a 1974 was the first year of the 175 name, and the DT3 in 1973. RT was a trail bike. Is this correct?
I don't think so.
Uh-oh.
DT was
the
dirt.
DTs went red in 77, I think, huh?
How do you know this stuff, Andrew? When were you
Yamaha.
born? When were you born?
82. But my father-in-law had these because he grew up as a kid running from the cops in his neighborhood with one of these. And if you're under the age of 16, you couldn't have a 175. It had to be below 100 cc's or whatever. So he'd always rip off the emblem, but the cop rode also, and so he knew how many cc's were in the bike. And yeah, I think when you're a kid back then, you just like this is what you did.
Okay. So you're the kid running away from the cop and you get pulled over, George. What's the go-to? What's the technique? Don't run away, first of all, right?
Be honest and polite and treat him like a human.
Okay.
You know, right? Don't start screaming. Don't,
Okay.
You screwed up and you got caught. Just be honest, polite, and
But you shouldn't. But what if you got the skill to ditch him?
well, you know what?
Bad things happen, right? Because
Yeah,
the adrenaline goes up.
There's usually consequences for these things.
Yeah.
I got to tell you.
Radios are faster than you are,
Sometimes
right?
you don't have the skills. Infrared and helicopters and things like that come into play.
I got caught by helicopters
And,
once.
Just do the right thing. Be good people.
Yeah.
Treat each other well.
Yeah.
Like Andrew and I, we treat each other well.
That's good. I'm glad you both hang out with me, but that just shows how
we
really,
left you out of that for
a
a
really
reason.
good people. Andrew, I want to thank you a ton for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I'm glad that you didn't make me ask the hard hitting questions. I'm glad you did really good in Dakar. That was super cool to watch, and I know how competitive that field is, and I know how much day one sucked, or the first real navigation day sucked, and I'm still trying to figure it out myself. I mean, when I look at this, I'm like going, as you know, because as much training and stuff that these guys do when they're here, and all the stuff we put them through, and thinking about it, and then to watch that happen. And I watched it as many ways that I could, and I've talked to them about it, specifically like what happened and everything. I'm still at a loss to figure out like how do we train better for this? I mean, it's almost like it's become a little bit of a guessing game. I've said this a few times. It's like race between scavenger hunts. And at that point you throw a little bit too much, and I hate to use the word luck into it when you start making, if you're the guy opening the course, you're going to, if you open the course and you stay in front, you're kind of lucky. Yeah. You've made some good, lucky decisions. I mean, they're all educated.
But you always say you have to learn the author and how he's going or how he's designing the road book. And sometimes when they start putting this stuff in, you have to understand it. And unfortunately, it was day one and it didn't catch on quick enough. But like you said, as it went on, you kind of learned this and the style of it. And that's how it was. That's how it was this year. And it seems like it's going this way. So
that if I saw that right note for that place where everybody got jacked up on that first one, it was just so confusing knowing a little bit about kind of interpreting those. It almost reminded me of this old episode I saw on TV of MASH where they're describing taking apart a bomb. And it's like, do this, do that, unscrew this cap and remove this carefully. And then the next instruction is, but first, and that's kind of how that note looked. It was like, you're going to do this and that, and do all this. And then, first do this or look for that. And it was, wow.
And the problem was they did exactly. It was that they did what the note said. They did what the note said, and it didn't take them to what it was supposed to take them to. And
because there was something else back in there that maybe said to look for something else. I don't know. It was just, it was confusing.
Yeah. Okay. Let's not rehash it. Let's let Andrew get to bed because he's got to get up and wash the motorcycles before all this shit freezes tomorrow. So
I need another beer.
The kids at school.
Thanks for joining in.
See you guys. Have a good night.
We're going to
take care.
We're going to take a break for a few minutes and we'll get back into the rest of the show. So we'll see you real soon.
What's up, Moto Buddies? Mike here from Taco Moto Co. What is the Taco Touch? It's the best service in the industry. Virtually 24/7 tech support via email or text, and it's like having a dirt bike doctor on call every day of the year, helping you fix your bike or recommend parts or setups for you. If you've ever received an order from us, you know that the Taco Touch extends to our fulfillment, and our orders come with the coolest stickers that you've ever had, buying parts from anybody before, and a handful of root beer barrel candies. All of our Taco Moto Co. branded components come with a no questions asked lifetime warranty, and we'll even extend out the warranty of other manufacturers, OEM, and aftermarket parts where we can, sometimes for life. We test and tune endlessly and exhaustively and obsessively. We're trying to destroy everything that we can before you get your hands on it, to look for weaknesses and to improve it, or to make recommendations to the manufacturer. And if it's something that doesn't meet grade, then we don't offer it on the store. Everything that we carry is something that we have personally used, tested, and ridden and raced, and knows meets the high Taco Touch demanding standard. Go out and get some adventure.
One.
And we are back. So big thanks to Andrew Short for coming on for our first hour and more than a half almost, huh?
You need to move closer. Yeah. You good?
Drug it long. Is Logan in the frame? Welcome back to the show, Logan.
Yeah, Logan, squeeze in just a little bit more.
Yeah, just get a little closer there. George doesn't bite that much.
And here.
It's a super spreader event. I think everybody's at it.
Oh, we're gonna pass you a set of microphones here too, I think, if we don't break the whole system.
Those would be headphones.
Oh yeah, headphones? Is that what these are?
Yeah, the other microphone.
Get his voice over. Did you do the Logan puberty voice on the synthesizer?
I wish I could fix the voice-o-matron right now. It'd be super awesome. Go ahead and pass that over. It usually go underneath the table here. How's it going, Logan?
Good.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. What have you been doing over there?
Checking Facebook Marketplace.
What are you looking for?
XR80s.
XR80s.
Yeah.
I have a lot of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't have them on Facebook Marketplace.
Needs to be turned up.
So we're gonna give him a little kick here. He's number 3. Yeah, try that again, Logan. Can we hear you? You know you have to
gotta get really close to that mic.
You have to gargle that mic, kind of like you know what? He's running through the extra multiplexer, triple
I turned
thing.
that back on. Yeah,
right. We can give him a little gain here. He's gained up there. Here's how to do a podcast, by the way. Matt, can you put us up on the screen there so I know what the heck I can see? We're looking at what we're doing here. This is a very professional show where we take this sound quality serious. The sound quality is going to be okay, right, Matt? You promise me?
You get a special effect. You can do something about this neck, these chins.
Hey, you think you're worried about that? I have a cup of pins right here. And I usually like to have something in my hand. I get fidgety. That's why I need to take this pen away.
You need to get another glass.
Actually, I should put it. I'm going to do that in a second. Because I actually was worried because I actually picked it up like I was going to take a drink out of it. And I do deserve this most of the time. No. So, back to Logan. How's the dating life? How's it going?
I don't know.
You don't know. Do you want me to analyze it, or I don't know either? That's why I'm asking the question. Still down low?
Logan is still pretty quiet.
Still pretty quiet. I know there's buttons I can push should thing. Let's give him a little. Oh, I know what. This is jacked up here too. Yeah. See, is it? That's turned on. Okay.
Great how smooth this.
Hey, Hey, we got
Show
questions.
runs.
We got questions.
Yeah.
These are the questions that are submitted
Do
to
that
us.
while you just.
These questions are submitted via YouTube and in our Facebook posts, things like this. They're emailed to us. So you ask a question, we do our best to answer it, and then you come back a few weeks later and find it on Apple Podcasts. And they said, oh my God, they actually answered my question after you send us a couple of emails and say, you never answered my question. So here we go.
Aaron Loins, just a question for a Taco Tuesday show. I am setting up a 2010 KTM 200 for
Logan, get a little closer to the mic.
5'7", 130 pounds, stand-up rider. I found this bike. I am setting up a 2010 200, to be quite tall. I have a 2-inch lowering kit from WP.
Is the mic turned on? That'll help. You know what? Turn that switch on top.
That? Yeah.
Yay!
Okay.
Bingo!
There we go. Okay.
That's why I get paid the big bucks. Turn that switch on. You need to come in for sound check.
Take a little of that puberty effect out of there, Jimmy. Dial that back a little, would you?
Hold on. Does that mean? Go ahead and give it a shot, Logan.
Lowering kit from WP, and I am debating installing it. Do you think that this is a good idea to install? Given the lack of e-start, I installed it. Recluse CX auto clutch and FMF gnarly pipe to help prevent unwanted stalls. What do you think of this setup and for a new rider? Thanks.
Okay, this is George. You want to answer the thing about the lowering kit?
Yeah, so I've got like a 27-inch on a good day inseam, not counting that things happen to men that get lower over time. But anyway, I've lowered some bikes and I've done some stuff like that. But after getting some tutelage from Jimmy in the class and everything and coming along, I've just left them all stock and I've learned to ride with them. You just got to scooch off the side a little to touch the ground every now and then. Yeah, I do park. There are some definitely things that I'm limited, it's a little harder to wheel loft over an obstacle or something because I just don't have the footing, to get my body where it needs to be on the ground, but reach the levers and stuff. But I would leave it. I would learn to ride it. Stock configuration.
My go-to is like, okay, let's just in the grand scheme of things, how much time are you going to spend riding with your feet on the ground versus riding with your feet on the foot pegs? And for me, the most important thing is for most riding, we're not talking about extreme enduro riding and just regular trail riding and stuff. We're talking about just normal bike. Seat to foot peg is way more important than seat to ground. And when you start going to these like lowered seats, I see a lot of guys do, they shrink up there. But then so everybody goes, okay, and now I'm going to lower the bike. I'm going to lower the whole bike. Now you're jacking with the handling. So I'm not, at this point, it's not just, God, it's going to make me a little more cramped up on the motorcycle. Now it's going to make the motorcycle start handling funny or funky or horrible.
Then you're giving up suspension travel where it might be nice
generally,
and flush.
Generally they have to soften the suspension up quite a bit to make it work at that lowered thing, and then you lose some of the stroke, so it gets too soft, and then it tends to blow through the stroke, or it packs down. They make it soft, and then it packs down into the stiffer part of the stroke and gets harsh. So there's a reason why the manufacturers understand this. They struggle to give a bike a lower seat height, but they don't want to lose this level of performance. Remember did you tell Logan about how to put the ping on the thing to the spot that Trevor has to download?
Use your words, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's I'm thinking two things right now. Did you get this assignment today?
Oh no, the chapters? No, I was going to do that just because it's easier for me to do it.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, no, I know.
So you can add it. You can add it out about the last 20 seconds, or Trevor, when you're watching this, you can. But anyways, you edit out that 20 seconds. But I'm telling you why the lowering thing, what the disadvantages of the lowering are, because some people just go straight to it, but generally those riders don't really understand what happens. So if you have the opportunity before you lower your bike to go ride a normal bike and then ride a lowered bike to actually test the two different things so you can feel them, sometimes, especially when we're talking about the lower skill levels, the more novice riders, that lower, longer bike actually presents itself at being a little bit more stable, and they feel heavier, which is stability. It gives it a stability feeling. And there are some advantages to it too. So, but if you want like a sportier, more performance or a bike that actually handles properly, you don't really want it lowered, because I've never.
And I think it depends on your use and ability. You know, if you just, the important thing is you're on the bike, you're riding, and you're comfortable. And if being a little lower to the ground is what your comfort factor is for now, fine, lower it a little to the ground, you know, and then, but I wouldn't just say I'm stuck here. I'd try and get to the point where, you know, you can raise it back more to its stock engineered ride height and such.
And so like when I was talking about the seat being cut down versus not cutting the seat down and lowering the suspension and stuff, then you start thinking about how much time am I actually needing to put my feet on the ground, and why is this so important? And then when you just learn there's a little technique where you can actually take your butt off the side of the seat and get a feet on the ground, like you talked about right when we started this, it makes a big difference. And something, it's a go-to. So what do I think about the setup? I'm not sure why you put the pipe on it. And then the other thing was, it was the something else.
Oh, he talked about to prevent unwanted stalls.
The pipe would prevent unwanted stalls. I have not noticed this between stock and an FMF or any open exhaust system. The more open exhaust systems, in my experience, tend to make it stall a little bit more, because it actually leans them out, and they tend to be a little bit lean in the beginning. In fact, I've seen a lot of people pull the emissions stuff off of the bike, and they say, hey, I did an emissions delete and my bike runs better, except it stalls a lot. I'm like, doesn't surprise me. And then was one other thing. No?
You put a recluse on it.
Oh, recluse.
Fine, you know.
So a recluse, there, and that's the other thing. I run recluses on a lot of my bikes, most of my personal bikes. The recluse, when it's set up properly, is a huge advantage for like a novice rider. I don't see any disadvantages in them, but a lot of people say you don't need them, or it's for novice riders or old dudes. And okay.
Good. What's Redneck Supreme Leader number 69?
Just bought a 09 EXCF 505 that sat for a year. Ran when parked 4,000 miles, about 500 hours. After I clean the carb, what other things am I looking at down the road? Can crank and has spark?
No, it says start.
Yeah.
And it's start, but he probably means spark.
Yeah.
What year?
09. 505.
505.
Sat for a year, ran when it parked. He's saying after I clean the carb, so I don't think he's cleaned the carb. He's asking what are the
after well, it's going to be if it's sat for a year, it's going to be the carb. You are going to have some issues inside of the carburetor. You're going to find this nice green fungus that it's grown. Probably you will find. It depends on whether the gas was turned off, because it get all dry and crusties up. So you're going to find that the problem is that the carb is plugged up. Now, here's a couple of the bad things on those carbs. If the mid body gaskets dry out, then you can clean it all up. And there's these gaskets that you can't see that require kind of some special tools to take apart, at least Torx bits with holes in them, like security Torx bits. There's these gaskets in there that tend to rot and crack and cause problems as well. And then you have this real intermittent jetting. So you're probably gonna have to replace or make sure you clean out the pilot jet, make sure you clean out the pilot jet passages. Ultrasonic cleaners work awesome for this. I got a question the other day about, somebody said, is an ultrasonic cleaner worth it? And I'm like, yeah, if you're doing a fair amount of carbs, they do an excellent job at.
And you just run Simple Green in there, right?
I do a mix of water and Simple Green, and put the carb in there for 4 or 5 minutes. And when it's hot, it cleans them. They come out looking beautiful. And in almost every experience I've had, didn't require any like air pressure to blow through the passages. Although I do this, I check the passages.
Where do you get those mid-body rebuild kits?
All Balls has a lot of those. All Balls Racing, and there was one other company that was selling them. But I don't think you can actually buy them OEM. You don't
have a link on your dirt bike test or anything for those, do you?
I don't know if we've done a story about this or not to test them. But if I think you can probably, I know you can get some of them through Rocky Mountain. So you could go through our link there.
So I always go back to my 7th grade power mechanics school, internal combustion engine. There's 3 things. You got to have an air fuel mixture. You have to have compression, and you got to introduce a spark. And if the bike's just been sitting, the carburetor, the air fuel mixture is probably the issue, unless there's a corrosion factor where you might have a spark issue. But in a rare case, I don't see like having to worry about compression, unless some valve got stuck, but that would be like sitting in a rainforest or something. And those are just kind of my checklist, because he's asking what else he should maybe look for to get it started. If it's got spark, that's pretty easy to check. It's going to be that pilot jet's plug.
Yeah, I've never when any time these days, it's like 95% chance that it's going to be the carburetor, something in the carburetor, unless especially when he said it ran when it parked, yeah. and so it's like there's nothing mechanically wrong with it. And just knowing those carburetors and the way things work, that's going to be your go-to. So clean the carb and call it good.
Let us know what happens too.
Yeah, that's always nice to let us know what's happening. Hey George, you see what we got? We got a little something special.
Yeah, what were you doing last night?
Loma? No, it wasn't Loma Azul. This is Loma Azul, which is a good friend of mine, Chris Parker, Rottweiler Performance. Here's an interesting story. He is not cheap. If you've ever seen Rottweiler parts and things, that stuff is Sano and it's high end and it's really nice. Chris introduced me to this stuff, and he was almost ashamed to tell me what it cost per bottle, because it was like a $37 a bottle tequila. So he likes to drink the stuff that's way up there more in price, but we had this and he was like, what do you think? And I'm like, that's really good. And I'm like, it has been my favorite, and we're going to kill this one tonight. It's going to be all gone.
We can do that.
Yeah, there's no problem. We got this covered.
Probably kill that other one next to it too.
Well, it's there as a backup. We only just got in
about
case.
45 minutes. I think.
Oh yeah, we got to. No, less than that.
We got to move on.
Yeah, we got 20 minutes.
I think Matt's been going
Redneck
nonstop 12 hours.
Supreme Leader number 69. Wow. Oh, that was him.
That was him. We solved his problem.
Schult?
Mm-hmm.
Is he on tonight?
I have a 2020 YZ 250 FX with 97 hours. I took the swing arm off to do some work on it, and I noticed that after a couple days on the stand, there was some oil seeping on the engine from where the cases meet around the hole for swing arm bolt. After putting the swing arm back on and torquing to spec, the leak stopped and hasn't started leaking again after some use. Have you heard of this?
Makes sense. I mean,
absolutely makes sense. So again, year, make, model, what were we talking about? 2020
YZ 250 FX.
2020.
It's a new bike to be doing that.
Yeah. Man, I'm sitting there wondering, are we absolutely sure where it came from? But now, so I would also go and check the torque on the case bolts in the area around the back of that thing.
I wonder, are those external or are there some internal?
No, they're all external. Okay. They're all external. They should be accessible. I would give that a check, because they should be doing more of the work than that swing arm pinch. And I wonder if, I'm sitting here just thinking about, because that bike uses like Yamaha there's not a gasket in there. Yeah. So they use Yamaha. So I wonder if it was pinched down, and I wonder if the axle, the swing arm pivot could have been over torqued, and squished it out. So when it came out, and you might need to tighten that back up. So I would check the bolts in there. I would check the torque on them. Probably when I would, you don't pull the swing arm pivot out. I would go check them, and see if they're a little bit loose right now. And if they are, then just, snug them back up. But that's interesting. I've never seen that. In all the bikes that I've done, I've seen center cases leak in the center, like on some Suzukis, like in the center, but I don't think it was a relation to the frame bolts being tight. So that's a good one, new one.
You don't think Yamaha engineered it and they said, "Oh, the swing arm bolt's going to tighten it down, so we'll take out these 3 screws in the case because we don't need it for weight or something."
I'd be really interested to see if that swing arm was actually over torqued, over tightened, not to the proper. And trust me, that affects the handling, like more than a front disc guard. It affects the handling. Yeah. So, okay, rolling on. It's pretty good.
Amazon 230 pipe video.
Mm-hmm.
You want to take a shot at that, George?
What, the name?
The name.
Oh,
Terminus.
Terminus est.
EST.
Yeah,
Sweet. How well it holds up will be good to know. 230s can take some abuse.
That's the plan. That's why you put it on there. So guess what Heather gets to ride around at King of the Motos? That bike.
Is that what you're taking? Nate's old bike?
Yeah, Nate's old bike.
I saw it's plated and everything.
Yeah. It's a good bike. It's all legit. So I've cleaned it up. See, do you like the spray paint? I
didn't see it.
I spray painted the swing arm back to kind of a gray and off gray. I didn't have silver, so I just went with what I had. It looks horrible. But it looks better than it did, which wasn't hard to do.
What's SS got?
Definitely not the Roos side. Very helpful for one of that never bought cheap parts before. I buy certain non-popular brands and still have the just as good parts mostly. Maybe test some of those, like those odd Tusk brand products. All balls or primary drive for sprocket and chains.
So
I think he's asking you to test more knockoff products or not the big brands or something.
We've been like, honestly, so we've been so focused. And if you look at Matt, does Matt look a little run down, a little beat down over there? Looks looking, he's long haul COVID.
Well, oh yeah, long haul.
I got a podcast for you I was going to have you listen to.
Yeah.
So Matt's been beat down, but not just by me, by COVID, and then the fact that over the course of the last, I'd say 8 months, we've been working really, really hard on this online riding school stuff, and it's caused like dirt bike tests, the testing portion, to suffer because we've been spending time working on this, not actually testing stuff. So we're planning on getting back in that.
I thought you fired yourself from dirt bike test about a year ago.
I kind of did. I mean, not totally, but I just realized that I couldn't put the effort into it that I wanted to put into it. I mean, I couldn't go as hard as I wanted to with it. So I just kind of rolled back, and I haven't been doing a whole lot of product testing. I have some stuff I need to sit down and write and do the videos on and do all this stuff. I made a couple videos. Well, the Amazon pipe thing. And then the how to grease your swing arm. When I heard him start talking about the swing arm, I thought he was kind of going.
That's something I neglect. I got to take mine apart and look at it.
Oh, I guarantee you're gonna pull that little needle thing out just a little bit too far, and it's just all those little needles are gonna fall down.
It's gonna rain, huh?
Oh, it's gonna rain needles, and then you got to grease your fingers up and get in there.
At it then. It's fine. I don't think it shakes around.
That video, I think what you need to do is you need to just turn off the video part and just listen to the audio. When I start talking about the shaft and lubing it up and everything like that,
God,
the cups. I'll
play my video for my little procedure last Monday.
Oh no. Yeah, that's why. If everybody wonders where George was last week, it was because he was busy.
Yeah.
Okay, Logan. So the question is, I'd like to test more stuff like that.
And you do. I use a lot of off-brand.
I use so much stuff, and I try everything, and I do it. And I know more than I can tell, and that's why I feel like doing this show kind of helps, because you can ask me something like this, and I can give you a good solid answer, or I can say, you know what, it doesn't matter as much as you think, or I have tried that and here's what happened. So he brought up the chains and sprockets, right?
Well, he said
brought primary drive
all
up.
balls for seals and bearings and primary drive for sprockets and chains.
Okay, all balls for seals and bearing. We just brought them up when we talked about the carburetor rebuild kits. They have an amazing catalog of stuff. And I've used a lot of it, and I've done it between them and then Pivot Works, and there was a couple other companies that had wheel bearings, and I was actually, because I have rental bikes that get used a lot, and bearings wear out, so I pop them in there, and you've seen hubs that have you've seen the hubs that have the different stickers on them, and there's little notes, like there's little dates written in pens on when I dropped them in, and so they're going through these long-term tests, and I start noticing, like, it's been 4 years this one's been here, this one's been here for 2 years, and it's still good, and then when I finally, this one went bad, and I'm like, 6 years. Like, it doesn't matter whether that's as long as stock for the most part. And every once in a while I'll get one that only goes years. Like motorcycle batteries would be a perfect example of this.
Yeah.
Some of them last 9 years and some of them last 6 months. And there's like no rhyme or reason. I literally think it's just the batch of stuff, or just something, something bad happens to it and it doesn't like it. But, back to the primary drive sprockets, Rocky Mountain would love for us to go and test that, but do you know how much time it takes to test and put that much time on a sprocket and chain, especially out here because they don't really wear that fast, to be able to give a really good, honest, review of it. So the next time I have the need, I run DDC sprockets, by the way. Sponsor plug alert. My sprockets don't wear out, so I don't really replace them that often, and I usually end up getting them and put them on there because I just don't want to deal with it. So at that point, I'm willing to spend the extra money to get the better thing because I never want to touch it again. And when you have good sprockets, that means your chain lasts longer, and I run good chains as well. So it's kind of like just a system. So the next time something wears out on one of the bikes that I don't have that stuff, I'm going to buy the primary drive just to see it, because I've had really good luck with most of the other Tusk, Rocky Mountain products. I've got a couple of bikes that I put their gasket kits in. I just said, you know what, screw it. I'm going to throw this in here. I put everything else back to stuff that I absolutely knew. And I said, I'm going to try this and test it. And we're currently in the testing phase, which is going to be 2 to 3 years longer before I have to pop one of those gaskets off. So this is how we do stuff. I mean, it's not, I don't just float an Instagram photo and say, yeah, rad bitchin', here, look, and then you never hear about it again. It's stuff that we actually use and test and do that. So is that answer successful?
Yeah.
KTM 390 long-term test. Devlon Gaming Tech.
Gaming Tech.
Mm-hmm. Try this by changing front sprocket. Low end improves drastically. Handlebar risers must. So
the name of the person one more time again?
Devlon
Gaming Tech. Well, I know how you feel about risers.
No, hold on a second. May speak I the best use of technological wording for answer.
With answer 4.
Answer 4 question what? Next, maybe speaking is better.
Changing front socket. It says.
School go to
low end improves drastically. Handlebar risers must. But you got. Was it your reach is very far and wide, so you got. This could be English as a second language.
It's translated from someplace else.
It doesn't necessarily mean this is a 40-year-old at his mom's house, locked in a room eating Fritos. Just at a computer screen. So
right, and he's thinking about a KTM 390.
I know how you feel about handlebar risers, but on that 390,
bike, yes,
that made a world of difference. I never.
You never had a game changing ergonomics change
on a bike like that.
Yeah, that was big, and it took some rigging on our part. We had to use a couple of different things. I'm sure you get
we were doing the Jimmy Garage mod.
Yeah,
it was for all your parts. And stuff.
We went to a lower bend handlebar, but we needed some risers, and we found some things that worked. You could get some rocks risers and measure it. So did he ask anything specific about what?
No, he just stated his opinion the
opinion was lost on the verbiage.
smaller sprocket, I guess. So, and a handlebar riser. So yeah, great.
What do we do on gearing? I don't really recall what we did on the gearing on that bike. I don't think we changed it. I don't think we've altered anything on that.
I think there was one bigger tooth on the rear.
One bigger on the rear.
I thought there was something with the rear. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, it would be explained in the video for sure. But I could see where some people would want to go to you said one smaller or one bigger? One smaller.
Right. Smaller in the front.
Yeah, you would not.
A little lower.
Yeah, you would not want to gear that bike up because it already has a hard time pulling sixth gear, which I do not have a problem with because when I'm going downhill, then I'll use sixth gear. When I'm going anyplace else, I'll use fifth gear. So yeah, that's all good stuff. Agree, maybe, sort of, kind of. Yes, good.
KT arms.
Translate better in whatever language you're viewing this program in. Closed captions, please.
KTM swing arm bearing video. MBR. Why don't we drill, tap, and install a grease fitting on swing arm? Steering and wheel bearing housings. Pump some grease in there every month.
That's a lot of grease. Fill that whole steering head with grease. That stuff would be showering in this environment in the summer. That'd be just, his motor would look like mine did, which is Victor so eloquently described, the funnel cake fryer at the LA County Fair.
So we have a video up. It's just a newer one I just put up. It's how to grease your swing arm bearings without pulling the shaft out too far and lubing it up so that the needles don't fall out on the ground. I don't know if that makes any sense. I would really like to see what that translates in for our other guy, Devin, when he comes across. But you don't need that much grease. And if you have good seals and there's enough grease around the seals and packed in there, the bike that I shot the video on, I bet you that thing I don't know if that, wait a minute, because it's my bike. No, is it Bob's bike? Did you ever pull the swing arm off and grease it? The first 500 you ever sold me. Did you ever take this? Did you ever take the swing arm off that motorcycle?
I don't remember.
Probably not.
He might remember lunch, but I know he doesn't remember breakfast today. Okay,
that swing arm has been on for 10 years now. That's how long it's been on, and there was still grease in there. Of course, we don't live in a super wet environment, and I slap you when you spray pressure washing in it, right, Logan?
The swing arm and the steering.
Like if these kids around here wash the motorcycle and I watch them squirting water where it shouldn't go with the pressure washer, I waterboard them. Kind of like my cat. Yeah. It's an effective learning tool. That's a pretty obedient cat, isn't it?
But for a cat, the swing arm and the steering head, those bearings don't really rotate that much like a wheel bearing or a main bearing or something. They get abused for sure.
Yeah,
but especially that lower steering bearing too gets a lot of pounding.
Yeah, well, the swing arm one could get hot, I guess, from the motor. The motor could bleed some heat there and things like that. But, I think it's mostly temperature change that would cause, the grease to do something funny. But if it's packed in there nice, and sometimes you get bearings that stock just aren't packed in there nice. And I always said, if I really loved my motorcycle, I would ride it for 5 or 6 hours and then frame it, take it apart, grease everything, clean it up, get it all good to go.
Cheech in the audience there, Roberto has a little input.
Cheech, his hands up. Yeah.
So on the modern bikes, when they try to make them as light as possible, do they have enough structural margin to tolerate a hole?
To drill a hole and put a fitting.
Oh, yeah. That's an interesting thing too. I mean, there was, I'm trying to think. There were. I remember I saw a guy who actually had one on his headset. He pumped grease into the headset, and I know how much grease weighs. Like, pick up your tub of Bel-Ray or tub of Maxima grease and think that around, and it'll hold that much if you pumped all that stuff into the headset. So that's a little bit of weight, but and you think about it, before it actually gets to where it needs to go, it's going to start filling up that cavity, let alone maybe the channels that aren't welded shut. I wondered about this because I seen this guy pump a lot of grease into that thing. But You could do that if you
pump it right into your frame tubes.
Yeah, fill the frame tube with grease. It probably has some elastomeric vibration dampening.
Yeah,
effects.
I was going to say vibration. It's probably good.
Lower center of gravity.
Do that. That's a Jimmy Tech.
Well, no, if it goes down to the bottom, if it gets down to the bottom, otherwise you're putting it up at a high CG.
Forget all these bar dampening things. Fill your handlebars with grease.
Maybe this is something Supercross bikes should do to get stability in the whoops.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, it's kind of like Jello. I'm starting to think about this now. It's like the Jello inside the frame, and the bike wants to keep going straight, but the Jello kind of,
So
but I can see it.
It might work the opposite of how you want.
Yeah, because it's going to react later, and when your bike finally stops, it keeps going and pushes it when it should have stopped.
Works pretty good in golf clubs.
Jello inside of golf clubs, really
For vibration.
for vibration.
Oh,
But I don't
Yeah.
think that applies on a dirt bike.
Yeah, so
I don't know until you try.
I think
New video idea.
I think that if you're in a really harsh environment where you're having some issues, you're having things like you just don't want to, grease your swing arm every 6 months or a year, depending on how wet it is. It might be an option, and you could put a Zerk fitting, but finding the right position for the fitting so that it doesn't strike something in its movements. Also, we're talking about the structural integrity of the swing arm. You got to be kind of careful about that. I would be willing to bet it might be better to actually, and it'd be difficult to plug up to actually put the Zerk fitting like a tractor that has a bolt that has the Zerk fitting, and it pumps the grease into the center of the bolt, and then it comes out in the right location. But then again, you're drilling holes in a in a pivot that might be things. So it's something to think about. Unless it was a real problem, I wouldn't overthink it. A lot of times we get so hyper focused on these little issues that it'd be better if you just didn't know anything about it and left it alone.
Yeah, but some people live for just toying with that stuff, and that's cool. If he wants to toy with it and try it, let us know how it works out.
Yeah, if you do it, let us know.
Submit a video, maybe you'll get a sticker.
Yeah, and maybe if you do it, put it on Rooster Endo, and because we,
grease fitting, when push it over the edge.
Yeah, that might be the thing to your $100 of Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. That's Taco it. Moto bucks. That's it. That's all the questions. Any other questions come through in the chat there, Matt? Looking pretty good. I know you needed to get
Harbor Freight something.
Freight.
Here. Hey, Jimmy, just installed the Recluse CX on the 05 Honda 450X. Help with the adjustment in first gear. If not using the clutch lever, bike sounds and feels like the bottom is going to shake out. Using clutch lever, there is no issues. Is this normal? Coming off of a rev lock where clutch engaged smoothly with or without the clutch lever?
What's a bike? Is it one of those old ones?
He's saying CR 450X, and he said he installed the Recluse CX, and when he doesn't use the thing, we're going to scroll down to this question so I can, let's see.
Isn't it the same as the Revlock?
The Revlock was the original earlier version, and they kind of came out at the same time. And nobody really knows who had it first and all this other stuff. I'll tell you what, Recluse did a way, way better job of marketing what they had. And that's the one that kind of went someplace. I tried Revlocks, and the early ones, both of them were not very good, but they evolved very quickly. I don't know if the Revlock ever went away from the ball bearing design, which we would call what do you call that in, what do you call what's the name of the, I don't even think you can buy them anymore because they've gone to
I have one in my 640 that's got all those ball bearings in it. I forget what it's called. Z-Start or something?
Z-Start Pro. Yeah. That's right. Z-Start. Okay. So 05 Honda. So that's the older one. Adjustment in first gear. If not using the clutch, it was like the bottom is going to shake out.
Or is it
grabbing? So I think he's talking about chatter. He's talking about grabbing and stuff like that. It sounds like you have probably too much what they at that time called installed gap. And so it's super free, and then it revs up quickly and grabs, and then when it grabs
too rapidly,
and then when it grabs, then it slows the motor back down, and then it releases and grabs and releases and grabs. So it's a setup issue. And on those, they give you an installed gap thickness, and then there's a way to kind of adjust that you actually use the lever to put preload on the springs. So the clutch tension, you actually, so it feels like when you start, it feels like your clutch there's no free play in it, and that's what's packing the clutch together in the beginning. So
on the Z-Start Pro, they give you a tool.
They give you like a smashed, it's a feeler gauge essentially, to a certain, but you have 2 or 3 of them, you put them in there and install the gauge. So I would kind of check that out, Steve. I think that you're going to find that there's an adjustment issue, and their manuals are really good at explaining this stuff. If you,
their call-in support guys are really good too and helpful. You know what I mean? They're easy to get a hold of, and if you just call up and explain it, they're
just
really good about
don't use my name, or tell them Jimmy. Tell them Jimmy said this, and then they'll say, "Whoa, hold on," and then they'll give you the real answer.
Idaho Joe, that's the guy, right?
Idaho Joe would be your best bet. If you get him on tech, you're good. So I saw that somebody was asking about lowering another question about lowering a modern KTM for a 5 foot 100-pound woman. I think when you get to 5 feet, and Logan, you'll kind of have to, help me on this. Like that's a little small of a person for a full-sized bike. Mm-hmm. And you can lower it down, but I think there's better bikes, like a Beta X Trainer, maybe. No?
I think a little lower,
even lower than the Beta.
Yes.
Well, you could lower the Beta, but the Beta is like physically a smaller frame.
It is.
So that
it would be a better bet than a
full-size bike.
I'd ask Hicks. He's right here in Vegas, right?
He's somewhere around here, I believe.
Yeah.
He has a donkey in his picture, in his profile picture.
Send her out here. If she's just a brand new rider or something, maybe.
I know this guy, Matt, that does really good riding schools.
Well, the beauty of that is in either coming to, if she's not a rider, go to Matt's school first. If she's been riding for a while, if you come to Jimmy's school, he's got a lot of rental bikes, and you can try a couple little different things and see what.
I wouldn't lower down a modern bike. I would find the right bike, and it may be just a mix of things. You might find that a TTR 125 is the best bike for this person. You might find that a KX 100 big wheel is the best bike for this person, and you might have to do some tuning to customize it. But you might find that a KTM Freeride is the best bike. Say Beta X Trainer. Who knows?
What about so someone put in the chat something about a 150R might be a good option. I could see that.
That has a Kickstarter.
I didn't realize that Kickstarter. I thought
yeah. No, I don't know. I'm always again. They're a little high strung. It's like a KX. The KX 100 is the same thing, except it starts real easy.
Okay.
Is my thing. How much experience do you have with no toil filter cleaning products? I have a ton.
Yeah,
Finn
I like
825.
that stuff.
I think it's pretty good. If you change your filter a lot, it gets the more you change the filter, the better that stuff gets. But I do know something that works even better, and you don't have 2 different things. You have a single thing. So,
and if the no toil, I think I've heard if it's biodegradable, it gets washed away in water.
Have you heard that?
What?
Have you heard that?
Mm-hmm.
So have you ever used it?
No, but
okay, I have.
Okay,
and I've tested it,
mm-hmm.
and that is not the case.
Perfect. So
because this other filter oil I'm referring to is something called synthetic water washable air filter oil, SWAF. It's called, and it's you literally to clean it, you wash it in water. You've seen me do these filters, right? It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody goes, well, what if it gets wet while you're riding? Well, if you can agitate that filter enough while you're riding to get in the water, like if you spray it with a pressure washer, yes, it will. The stuff will go out. But if the water splashes in there, and I mean, I'm talking like a fair amount of water, because when we tested this, when we tested that SWAF and we tested the no toil back in the day, we would spray the filter aggressively and then see if it caused any problems. And you had to literally take a pressure washer and run it across, which even in an air filter that had oil in it, if the filter was dirty and you pressure washed it like that, it would push the dirt in through the filter. So no, the water splashing on the filter under normal usage, under normal washing is not a problem with any filter that we found, even ones that are cleaned with only water, even ones that are cleaned or biodegradable or whatnot.
I've used quite a bit of that no-toil. If it sits for a long time, you got to probably re-oil it. Kind of dries out a little, right? Hence
my say, if you change your filters often, like you can probably get it depends on the atmosphere and how dry it is and all this humidity, all these different things. If you change your filter often enough, but if you don't, the what we'll call the agents they put in it to help the oil, for lack of a better term, spread around, tends to be kind of hard on the filter material and or the plastic and different stuff, and it cause it to stick. It can get sticky, and when it sits, if you just let it sit, it seems like it has a reaction.
Hard, doesn't it? The foam kind of gets hard.
Depends on whatever they're using to.
And that's neglect. I mean,
whatever the medium is.
Sat in a bike for 18 months or something that I didn't.
Right, and then you go pull it, and all of a sudden the cage is stuck to the filter, and the filter's stuck to the rim of the air box,
but it's pretty affordable and it's easy to use. I like to clean up.
And some filters and even some petroleum based lubricant filters dry out over time. You imagine it's like running a hairdryer out here, especially in the summer. It's like running a hairdryer through your filter, and it does do that. It tends to, the oily ones tend to stay a little bit longer as a generalization, but that's down
at the bottom there, Matt.
I'm getting ready for my first Desert Raid in Ridgecrest, riding an FE 501 and starting in Vet Sportsman. He's a new racer. Got any advice for preparation for race day? Drink lots of water.
Water and electrolytes. Yeah.
Right.
That's what they need.
Yeah.
I should have I got to bring my gold medal to put up there with your ISDEs.
Oh yeah. You're going to pound so many hoops. I hope you've been doing your squats. I don't know. Hey, hopefully, yeah. I'm stoked that you're going out racing. That's awesome. Just make friends. Have a good time. Don't expect glory in the beginning.
Well, my limited racing experience, my advice would be let everybody go ahead of you. Let the dust settle and then take off and be in a class where there are no other people. And you can get a gold medal.
That's not how I got
my advice.
That's not how I got gold medals,
and just
George.
Go for a trail ride.
I like Craig's advice.
Yeah, but mine's bigger than your ISDEs. I mean,
Craig Albert says bring a slower friend.
Yeah,
bring a slower friend so you can say I beat you.
Is that like Disneyland? Don't they bring a slower friend to get to the head of the line? Weren't they doing that for a while?
No.
We should go to Disneyland, Jimmy.
You mean
you're going to take every line?
You take me? Okay. No, I'll get you arrested there. Okay.
Motorcycle. Oh.
Yeah. So George at ESP. If you're going to get your bike lowered, I'd recommend him. He's really good at it, and he knows all the stuff I'm talking about. And you'll talk to him, and he'll talk you out of everything I told you about lowering a bike, and you'll have a lowered bike. That's a really good point there, San Felipe Bob. So lowered CRF 230. You should get a bigger wife. Yeah, that's what I always say. Anything else? Are we about ready to wrap this thing up?
I think we're good
because we did kill this bottle. Thank you, Chris from Rottweiler Performance, for recommending that. The Loma Azul. They have an Anejo Reposado and the silver, which I'm going to hit here right on the end of the show. George wants a little bit more. Logan, thanks for joining us. We'll work on your puberty voice recorder thingamajigger over here.
Yeah, dial that out over there. There's got to be a way to synthesize that right out. Get them into, early late teens.
Hey, the biggest problem I've had in my last week is I haven't been able to ride my YZ125. The YZ125 is the most fun 125 two-stroke I've ridden in the last year, because it's the only 125 two-stroke I've ridden in the last year. And whether it's my old one from 2005 or the brand new 2022 YZ125 with amazing new engine,
Mhm.
They give you a little bit more top end, and they didn't sacrifice too much bottom. The suspension is better. The ergonomics package is amazing. The bike looks cool. It looks like the 4-strokes now. It's a really good bike. You can't plug the power tuner into it. That'd be the only way they could make this bike better. And I'm pissed off because it hasn't rained, so I can go rip sand tracks on that bike, because if it was wet, that would be my first choice to take out, even above my Husaberg 570. Yeah, that's a big thing. So if you're interested in this bike, check out YamahaMotorsports.com and find your YZ and enter victory
Do you want me to
zone
read
today
that while you slur your words there?
It's rough. I had a long day. I've started early, right, Matt?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've had a long day in here, but we managed to accomplish our task.
Yep.
Also, like to thank Climb. I didn't wear any Climb gear today. I don't think I wore a single Climb product today, and that's
I almost brought just a jersey out because all I brought for this trip was a bunch of Carhartt stuff, and I didn't have any dirt bike test or branded, something I'd wear on the show other than the Jimmy Lewis hat. And I was just gonna pull a ride jersey or a jacket because I've got their raincoat too. I got a lot of Climb stuff.
It's good.
I like their stuff.
Logan, what do you think about wearing a jersey on the show? Is it cool for George?
It would be.
Okay. Yeah. Next time, bring your jersey in. Climb jerseys, always welcome here in the show.
I look like a rider.
Scott Sports. I've been wearing Scott Sport goggles since I was Logan's age, racing mini bikes, and I still wear them today. Taco Moto Co. for sponsoring Roosterendo. Thanks to those guys. DDC Sprockets. Who else do we got to thank? George.
I always get left off the sponsor list. But
You're on.
Still got skin in the game.
Yeah, but you haven't paid up, have you? Have we received the money?
We did. No,
yeah, my money's gone.
Yeah, he paid first, and then
he paid for. Did he hand me money or you money?
Yeah,
money.
Somebody gave me like $400 in tips at the last school, and I just turned it in.
And I probably gave it right back out. So that's it. That's our sponsor list as far as I can tell. So thank you guys for joining. Tell a friend. Hey, we need to grow the numbers. We passed 15,000 people on the Facebooks, or no, YouTubes. Yeah, so we're going up there. Our podcasts are getting downloaded a lot. The old episodes, a lot of people are going back and listening to the old episodes. Those numbers keep improving. So you can realize that we haven't improved, and then you need to come on the show and tell us how to make this better. So with that, for Logan, for Matt, for George, for Andrew Short, I'd like to say thank you very much, and we will see you out in the trail.